Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, we embark on an enlightening journey through a story that explores the quest for faith and truth. In a humble gathering in America Church where hearts are suspended between belief and skepticism, we encounter a remarkable young boy named Musa, who is only 10 years old, yet radiates an extraordinary light of knowledge, courage, and sincerity that astonishes even the most experienced elders. In this intimate setting, the stage is set for a debate that pits the long-held traditions of Pastor Richard against the fresh, insightful perspective of Musa. Pastor Richard, a man who has dedicated his entire life to defending his faith with steadfast convictions and unwavering commitment, is determined to uphold his established beliefs and counter every argument that challenges his understanding of religious doctrine. Meanwhile, Musa, deeply inspired by the divine guidance of the Holy Quran and the teachings of the Prophet, steps forward with quiet determination and unshakable confidence. As the debate commences, the very first inquiry posed is simple yet profound. What is your name? In response, Musa, with the clarity and innocence of youth, declares, "My name is Musa." These few words encapsulate his authenticity and readiness to engage in a dialogue where faith is measured not by age or experience, but by the depth of one's heart and understanding. With this initial exchange, the atmosphere in the room transforms. Laughter and mockery give way to curiosity and introspection. The debate, more than a mere contest of words, becomes a journey inviting every listener to look beyond superficial appearances and to seek a deeper, more meaningful connection with the ultimate truth. In that moment, a spark is ignited, a spark that will gradually illuminate the hearts and minds of all present, guiding them toward a greater understanding of what it means to truly believe and to live by the principles of divine guidance. In the subsequent phase of the gathering, the atmosphere grows charged with a renewed sense of inquiry as the debate progresses. After the initial exchange, a new wave of questions and expectations sweeps through the assembled crowd. Pastor Richard, steadfast in his commitment to traditional doctrine, begins to challenge the youthful perspective by questioning the very foundation of the Holy Quran. He asks, what is the true origin of the Quran, and how does it align with modern scientific theories? With measured calm, Musa responds by asserting that the Quran is indeed the divine word of God, far beyond the realm of human invention. He explains that if the holy book were a mere human creation, it would lack the profound and accurate insights into the nature of the universe that we now witness in contemporary scientific discoveries. Drawing on a specific example, Musa cites the verse from Surah Al-Hijr, which speaks of the heavens and the earth as once being a unified entity before being separated, a notion that strikingly corresponds with the principles of the Big Bang theory as understood today. This response leaves the audience visibly taken aback, as his words blend theological conviction with scientific reasoning in a manner unexpected from one so young. Pastor Richard, however, does not relent and retorts by suggesting that the precise language and clarity found in the Quran might be the product of human effort rather than divine inspiration. In contrast, Musa firmly maintains that the clarity and accuracy of the Quranic text, preserved unchanged through centuries, are clear evidence of its divine origin. His calm and thoughtful delivery gradually shifts the mood in the room, prompting even the skeptical to reconsider their preconceived notions. Musa's articulate explanation opens the door for deeper contemplation among the audience members, igniting a collective introspection on the relationship between faith and empirical truth. Thus, all present are urged to question the origins of sacred texts and the wisdom they contain. At the next stage of the debate, the atmosphere becomes even more intense as Musa's responses continue to astound everyone present. With unwavering composure, Musa begins to counter each challenge with well-structured arguments. He explains that human beings are granted free will by God, enabling them to choose their own path and thereby strengthen their faith through personal effort. Musa articulates that the Quran is not a product of human thought, but a divine revelation, whose words possess a clarity that cannot be mimicked by mere mortal endeavors. Citing the same verse from Surah Al-Hijr, he reiterates that the description of the heavens and the earth being united and subsequently separated aligns remarkably with the modern scientific theory of the Big Bang. His delivery is both gentle and persuasive, captivating the audience and prompting them to reflect deeply on the relationship between divine guidance and human understanding. Even as some of the long-standing adherents in the room begin to present their traditional arguments, Musa meets each one with calm assurance. He emphasizes that the immutable nature of the Quranic text, preserved without alteration through the passage of centuries, stands as a testament to its divine origin. Musa's clear and articulate explanations seem to dissolve the walls of skepticism among many in the room, gradually shifting the focus of the debate from mere rhetoric to a meaningful exploration of truth. His words evoke a sense of wonder and encourage even those who had been staunch in their disbelief to reconsider their positions. The youthful speaker's blend of logical reasoning, scientific evidence, and heartfelt conviction serves as a powerful reminder that true wisdom often comes from unexpected sources. In this pivotal moment, the debate transcends the realm of a simple contest of words and becomes a transformative journey, one in which every statement is an invitation to re-examine deeply held beliefs and to seek the underlying truth with an open heart. Thus, his articulate arguments inspire everyone to embark on their own quest for genuine understanding and spiritual growth. In this exchange, the seeds of profound transformation are clearly sown, indeed eternally. During the ongoing debate, the atmosphere takes on a new complexity as Pastor Richard introduces his second question, one that delves deeper into the interplay between divine revelation and human experience. He inquires, if the Quran is indeed the perfect and immutable Word of God, can it truly be a product independent of human influence? Or does it contain elements that could only have been crafted by human hands? Musa listens intently before responding with a clarity that resonates with the entire assembly. He asserts that the primary purpose of the Quranic revelations is to guide humanity towards a life of righteousness and compassion, rather than merely serving as a historical document or a set of rigid instructions. Musa further explains that if the Quran were a product of human creativity, it would likely exhibit inconsistencies and lack the enduring clarity that has captivated believers for centuries. He emphasizes that every verse is a manifestation of divine wisdom, preserved perfectly and immune to the distortions of time. As his words flow, the room is filled with a palpable sense of reflection, and even those who had staunchly defended traditional interpretations begin to ponder the possibility of a divine origin that transcends human limitations. Musa's measured tone and thoughtful reasoning effectively counter the challenge posed by Pastor Richard, gradually softening the rigid stances of the long-standing adherents. His explanation not only reinforces the concept of divine preservation, but also highlights the dynamic relationship between faith and understanding. In this critical juncture, the debate shifts from a clash of doctrinal assertions to a heartfelt exploration of the true purpose of sacred texts, inviting everyone present to consider that the wisdom of the Quran is as relevant today as it was centuries ago. In the next phase of the debate, as both sides continue to present their arguments, Pastor Richard introduces a question that examines the practical application of faith in everyday life. He asks, if the teachings of the Quran are so complete and perfect, why do we often fail to embody them in our daily actions? Musa responds with a gentle smile, explaining that the true challenge lies not in the text itself, but in the limitations of the human mind and heart. He elaborates that while the Quran provides an impeccable blueprint for a righteous life, the execution of these teachings depends on the individual's willingness to overcome personal shortcomings and societal distractions. According to Musa, the issue is not with the divine message, but with the inherent flaws and weaknesses within human nature that hinder the full realization of its principles. He further argues that the protection of the Quran, as mentioned in Surah Al-Hijr, guarantees that its message remains pure and unaltered, regardless of the passage of time. Musa's explanation resonates deeply with the audience, many of whom have long accepted their inability to perfectly live by the divine guidance as a personal failing. His words suggest that the shortfall is not a reflection of the Quran's deficiencies, but rather of the continuous struggle within each person to align their actions with the lofty ideals set forth in the sacred text. The young debater's perspective transforms the conversation, shifting it away from mere theoretical debate to a more practical examination of faith in action. In doing so, he inspires those present to view the challenges of living a righteous life not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for personal growth and spiritual development. Thus, Musa's thoughtful and measured response not only clarifies the inherent nature of divine guidance, but also challenges every individual to reflect upon their own shortcomings and strive for a higher standard of living, where the true essence of faith is demonstrated through everyday actions, ultimately fostering both personal and communal transformation. This dialogue sparks an unwavering commitment to continuous self-improvement and genuine spiritual renewal. At the following stage of the debate, Pastor Richard raises a question that probes the very fabric of religious tradition and its impact on everyday behavior. He asks, if the Quran's teachings are so influential and timeless, why do we often see a disconnect between its ideals and our daily actions? Musa, with a calm smile, reiterates his earlier points by emphasizing that the true essence of the Quran lies in its ability to guide the heart, not merely the intellect. He explains that while the divine message provides a flawless framework for living, the application of these principles is frequently hindered by personal failings and the complexities of human nature. Musa asserts that the responsibility for aligning one's life with these sacred teachings falls squarely on the individual, as each person must overcome internal obstacles and external temptations. He further highlights that the preservation of the Quran, as affirmed in Surah Al-Hijr, ensures that its message remains pristine and unaltered, serving as an eternal beacon of truth. His words resonate with those present, as many begin to realize that the shortfall in living up to these ideals is not due to any flaw in the scripture itself, but rather in the human condition. Musa's explanation prompts a shift in perspective among the audience, encouraging them to view the challenges of daily living not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities for growth and self-reflection. In this manner, his response transforms the debate from a theoretical dispute into a practical discourse on the interplay between divine guidance and human effort. The conversation deepens, and every listener is invited to introspect on how they might better embody the lofty ideals presented in the sacred text. At a pivotal moment in the debate, Pastor Richard shifts his focus to the question of human free will versus predestination. He inquires, can a person truly choose their path freely, or is everything predetermined by a divine plan? Musa, with a calm yet assertive tone, addresses this profound query by affirming that while God grants human beings the freedom to make choices, the outcomes of these choices are influenced by the individual's own intentions and actions. He explains that free will is the gift bestowed upon every person, enabling them to navigate life according to their own reasoning and moral compass. Musa elaborates that the Quranic perspective acknowledges the delicate balance between divine providence and personal responsibility, suggesting that every decision carries with it both opportunity and risk. His explanation is supported by examples drawn from both spiritual teachings and observable human behavior, illustrating that the ability to choose is integral to the human experience. As he speaks, Musa's words underscore that predestination does not negate free will. Rather, it provides a framework within which genuine choices can lead to varied outcomes. This nuanced understanding challenges the notion that destiny is fixed, instead promoting the idea that each individual plays an active role in shaping their future. The audience listens intently as Musa's words inspire them to reflect on their own lives and the power of choice. His perspective transforms the debate, inviting a more personal and introspective examination of what it means to exercise free will in a world governed by both divine order and human endeavor. In doing so, Musa not only addresses this theological dilemma, but also motivates each individual to embrace the responsibility that comes with the freedom to choose, thereby actively shaping their destiny. Thus, Musa's profound explanation not only clarifies the intricate balance between free will and divine destiny, but also inspires every listener to take ownership of their choices, forging a future defined by personal responsibility and empowered by the eternal influence of divine guidance. This final insight resonates deeply, urging renewed commitment to living a life of mindful action. As the debate reaches a new phase, the mood in the room shifts noticeably. Pastor Richard, once the staunch defender of traditional views, now appears reflective, as his earlier arguments give way to emerging doubts. Musa, continuing his articulate discourse, speaks of the Quranic message as a living guide that adapts to the changing circumstances of human existence while remaining eternally relevant. He asserts that the wisdom contained within the sacred text is not confined to the past, but actively informs the present and the future. His words emphasize that the divine guidance provided by the Quran offers not only spiritual solace, but also practical solutions to the challenges of modern life. The audience, previously divided by rigid allegiances, now listens with rapt attention, their expressions reflecting a blend of wonder, contemplation, and even hope. In this critical moment, the debate transforms into a collective exploration of faith, where traditional certainties are questioned and new possibilities are embraced. Musa's thoughtful perspective invites everyone to consider that true belief is not static, but is a dynamic process of continuous learning and self-improvement. His eloquent articulation bridges the gap between age-old doctrines and contemporary life, urging individuals to reconcile their inherited traditions with the demands of a rapidly evolving world. The discussion flows naturally, with each idea building upon the previous one, as both skeptic and believer find common ground in the pursuit of truth. It becomes evident that the purpose of this dialogue is not to dismantle established beliefs, but to enrich them with deeper understanding and renewed commitment. In the end, Musa's discourse leaves an indelible impression on all present, subtly reshaping their perceptions of faith, responsibility, and the enduring power of divine wisdom. Following the debate, a calm settles over the assembly, and the impact of the discussion becomes apparent in the reflective expressions of those present. Pastor Richard, now deeply moved, retreats into quiet contemplation, having begun to question his long-standing beliefs as he re-examines the profound insights of the Quran. Musa's articulate and sincere responses have left an indelible mark on the hearts of the listeners, prompting many to reconsider the true nature of faith beyond mere doctrinal recitations. His words have opened up a space for introspection, encouraging individuals to assess their own lives and to strive for a higher standard of personal integrity and spiritual commitment. As the echo of the debate lingers in the minds of all present, a new sense of unity and purpose emerges among the gathered audience. The discussion has fostered a collective awakening wherein each individual is inspired to seek truth with renewed vigor and an open heart. In this post-debate silence, every person feels the transformative power of sincere dialogue and the promise of a future redefined by deeper understanding and mutual respect. The conversation has transcended its original format, evolving into a catalyst for personal growth and communal enlightenment that will undoubtedly influence the lives of those who were fortunate enough to witness it. Ultimately, the debate serves as a catalyst for profound personal and communal transformation. Every word exchanged, every thoughtful pause, and every challenging question has contributed to a collective reawakening that transcends the confines of conventional religious discourse. The dialogue has not only dismantled barriers between skepticism and belief, but has also sown seeds of renewed hope in every heart present. Listeners are now inspired to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery, armed with the conviction that true understanding arises from an open heart and a mind unbound by tradition. This transformative exchange, every soul finds hope to seek inner peace. In conclusion, the extensive debate marks the beginning of a transformative journey for everyone involved. Pastor Richard, having embraced a newfound openness to the divine truth revealed in the Quran, sets aside his old convictions and embarks on a path of spiritual renewal. Musa's gentle yet unwavering articulation of faith, combined with his deep understanding of the sacred text, has not only challenged the established norms, but has also inspired a profound reawakening among all participants. The dialogue has dismantled rigid barriers and opened hearts to the possibility that true faith is an evolving, dynamic process rather than a fixed set of beliefs. As the discussion comes to an end, the assembled audience is left with a clear message: that the pursuit of truth is a lifelong journey, one that requires humility, introspection, and a willingness to embrace change. Every word exchanged in this debate serves as a testament to the enduring power of divine guidance and the limitless potential of the human spirit when it is aligned with such eternal wisdom. The debate stands as a beacon of hope, inviting all to engage in continuous self-reflection and to strive for a more enlightened future where every individual can live in accordance with the highest ideals of compassion, integrity, and truth. Ultimately, this powerful dialogue reaffirms that the search for spiritual truth is not a destination, but a perpetual journey that enriches lives and unites communities in the shared quest for enlightenment.